Om Param Tattvaya Narayanaaya Gurubhyo Namaha Jai Gurudev. If you continue to experience a lot of stress, a lot of negativity, a lot of anxiety in your life, if you see a lot of problems in your life, problems that remain unresolved, problems that are never ending, then Batuk Bhairav sadhana is an essential sadhana in your life. Also, if you're a Devi Upasak, a Shakt Upasak, a Dasa Mahavidya Sadhak, also then Batuk Bhairav sadhana is non-negotiable. Today, we will understand some of the rituals that we can do on the day of Batuk Bhairav Jayanti so we can invoke his protective shield around us, his grace and blessings around us. First of all, परम पूज्य गुरुदेव की जय, परमहंस स्वामी निखिलेश्वरानंद महाराज की जय, बाबा भूतनाथ की जय, माँ काली माँ बगलामुखी की जय, सिद्धाश्रम की जय. So who is Batuk Bhairav Swarup? Batuk Bhairav is actually a child form of Lord Bhairav. Now, if you see a lot of deities in our Sanatan Dharma, you will see that there is often a child Swarup associated with them. For example, with Krishna, I was reading the Srimad Bhagavatam Puran very recently. In fact, half the book is covered with all the leelas that Krishna did when he was a young kid. So Krishna, as a young child, was stealing butter. He was chasing the gopis. He was doing everything, but he was also protecting his devotees and also fighting the demons such as Putna or Kalya. So would you say that Krishna as a child was any less powerful or less potent than the Krishna who was fighting the Mahabharata? Not really. Similarly, with Hanuman. Hanuman, we say that, yeah, he's Jnaninam Agraganyam, he's Mahaghoram, Mahabhimam, Mahavir, all of that. I mean, look at Hanumanji. What a great personality. He fought the great war with Ravan. But when Hanuman was a small child, he had the power to leap into the sky. And who did he defeat? He defeated Surya, the king of all planets. So Hanuman as a child was no less than the Hanuman who actually fought the Lanka war. Similarly with Ganesha, what we see that, I'm sure many of you have heard the story that there was a race between Ganesha and Kartikeya, and then Ganesha uses intelligence and he takes one small parikrama around his parents and he was declared as the winner. We should actually learn from Ganesha how to use your intelligence at the right time, at the right moment, in the right direction, and get the maximum benefits out of the situation, right? So what I'm trying to say is that the child form of any deity is equally intelligent, equally potent, equally powerful as the adult form of the deities that we normally worship in temples. Now coming back to Batuk Bhairav is a very childlike, a very benign, a very simple, gentle, compassionate form of Lord Bhairav. When I say the term Bhairav actually means Bhai plus Rav. Bhai means fear, Rav means sound. So any deity who is capable of invoking terror and fear in the hearts of our enemies is Lord Bhairav. Batuk Bhairav also does the same. The only difference is Batuk Bhairav is a very small child form of Bhairav or a child form of Shiva. Originally, Bhairav is nothing but a form of Shiva. A lot of times people do have this question where can we worship Kal Bhairav? Can we do Kal Bhairav sadhana? Can we keep his photo? Can we keep his vigraha at home? What mantras of Kal Bhairav is allowed? What is it that we need to do for Kal Bhairav? Generally, there is definitely a lot of mystery and doubts around Kal Bhairav. If you have any of these doubts, if you have any questions, if you're not ready for Kal Bhairav sadhana, then know that one sadhana that can be done by everyone is Batuk Bhairav sadhana, which I'll explain today. This is something that anyone can do it at home. Also, Batuk Bhairav, like I said, it is nothing but the child form. Childlike means somebody who's very simple, somebody who's very pure. Children carry no baggage. Children have no ego of their own. All they need is some love and affection. You call a child, in fact, you call a small puppy with some affection. ऐसे कर दो थोड़ा puppy को. He will come running behind you, right? So same for children, you call them, you just show them a little bit of, entice them with something, little bit of affection. The child will come running to you. They have no ego. They don't remember anything past, present, none of that mental calculation and all that. Nothing is there in their mind. They're so crystal clear, so pure. That is what Batuk Bhairav represents. Now, Batuk Bhairav is a form of Bhairav. He destroys all the negativity from our lives. And he is also called as Sarva Kamarthada, means he will also give you all your desires, everything that you desire for all your material boons. If you have any material desires, if you have any spiritual desires, Batuk Bhairav is there to give you everything. But he will also take away a lot of things from you. Like I said, Batuk Bhairav is the child form. He's free from any ego. If he's free from any ego, what do you think he's going to do to his devotees? He's also going to destroy the ego that we carry. This aham, this whole thing, I am this, I am that. I've seen that many people, when they start to do sadhanas, especially when they start to do a lot of these Dasa Mahavidya sadhanas, they start to develop some kind of a aham, some kind of a ahankar, some kind of a ego that I know more than you, I do more than you, I know this. And if you continue to do this, and if you're a Bhairav devotee or if you're a Batuk Bhairav devotee, know that Batuk Bhairav, the first thing that he's going to do is he's going to take away all this maya, all this illusion, all this ahamkar, all this ego that you carry. He will make you like him, a very pure, a very gentle, a very compassionate living being. Compassionate, by compassionate means you will have the same affection for everybody else. It's not just about you. I am doing this sadhana, I will only keep it to myself and I'm not going to share with you. And I am now like a major upasak of some Mahavidya and I'm like way higher than you. None of it matters. Batuk Bhairav will definitely destroy all these illusions and everything that we carry, all this negativity that we carry. Honestly, the big asur in our spiritual life is nothing but our own ego. And Batuk Bhairav will definitely take care of it. Now, if you look at his mantras, it is said that the mantras have this word apat udharanai. Apat means apatti, any calamity, any problems, anything, any problem that is actually affecting you, whether it's affecting you physically, mentally, it's affecting your children, it's affecting your family members, it's affecting you at work, any kind of problems that you're stuck in. Batuk Bhairav Ji is apat udharanai. He will take his devotees out of those problems. He will definitely take care of all your problems. So do not worry. Once you're a Batuk Bhairav sadhak, and if you have a very pure and a very affectionate heart, and you call him very lovingly, no need for a lot of upchars and a lot of these kriyas and everything that needs to be done for Batuk Bhairav. Again, he's a childlike form. In a very minimum effort, in very little things, it is very easy to get his blessings in our lives. So he will do apatti uddharanai. He will remove all our apattis, all our calamities, all the problems in our life, and he will uddhar. He will make sure that his devotees, his own children, are progressing as well in our lives. That is what Batuk Bhairav is. So what are we going to do on the day of Batuk Bhairav Jayanti? Like I said, if you have a photo, keep it in your temple. If you don't have one, just print out a photo. It is something that everybody can keep, a vigraha or a photo of Batuk Bhairav in your homes. There's no questions about it. You can always have a picture of Batuk Bhairav in your temple. What we will be doing on the day of Batuk Bhairav Jayanti is his Ashtotar Shatanam stotra. Now you either do it in the form of stotras or you do each individual name with that name and namaha. You can just do that or you just read the entire stotra. Stotra is something like a stuti where you're actually singing the names and the praises of Lord. Whereas in the actual name, you can just say Om Bhairavaya Namaha, Om Bhutatmane Namaha, all of that one by one. You can also do in a particular name form. Both are fine. It's mostly the Ashtotar Shatnam that you will find online will be from the Rudra Yamal Tantra. First thing what you're going to do is make sure you have the right things with you, which is a red asan or a yellow asan. If you have that, in front of you, you will be having a lamp, a diya, which can be ghee, or it can also be a sesame oil or mustard oil. Either way is fine. You will be facing east or north. And then you will have, of course, the usual panchapachar like flower, gandha, pushpa, dhoop, all that. For Naivedyam, you will have, since he's a child here, usually for Kal Bhairav sadhana, I have always recommended something with black lentils like a urad dal. But because he's a small kid here and generally children love sweets, candies, I am not asking you to buy store-bought. I see a lot of these images where people put chips and candies, and they offer this very lovingly to God. Yes, he will accept everything, but I think we should refrain from using a lot of these store-bought chips and products, right? I mean, I personally would not even give that to my own kids on a regular basis. So for him, for the Naivedyam, make sure to offer some kind of a sweet. It can be a laddu, it can be a bundi laddu. It's the orange or yellow bundi that we get in India, the bundi laddu, or you can also offer jalebis, or you can offer, the most simple thing you can offer is milk mixed with jaggery or sugar. If you have that, if you don't have anything, just offer a piece of jaggery to Batuk Bhairav. He loves sweets and he's a child. No need to go for a very elaborate ritual on the day of Jayanti. Give him milk. Kids love milk, and milk mixed with some kind of sugar or jaggery is good enough. If you can do more, then offer kheer. If you can do even more, then give jalebi and bundi. And the best is, of course, if it's homemade. Then you take the sankalp, and then for the sankalp, you will just a very basic sankalp that my name, my family's name. Here today, I'm going to do X amount of Ashtotar Shatnam. You can take a sankalp that I will do 11 rounds of Ashtotar Shatnam today, or you can take a sankalp of doing 108 rounds of Ashtotar Shatnam, which is the 108 names of Batuk Bhairav today on the day of Jayanti. So it will be 108 names times 108 rounds is what you can take a sankalp for. I think it's a very powerful day. 108 should not take a lot of time. If you cannot do alone, make sure to involve your family members into it. So maybe collectively, you all can do 108. Somebody does 50, somebody does 20, somebody does 10. Just keep on doing that, right? Just pass around it, and then 4 or 5 people together as a family can easily do 108 rounds of Batuk Bhairav Ashtotar Shatnam. What do you need to do the Ashtotar Shatnam? You need some flowers. If you can do it with enough flowers or enough petals, keep doing that in front of that photo. If you have a Batuk Bhairav Yantra, again, I'm not talking about Ashtabhairav Yantra. A lot of times you see an Ashtabhairav Yantra. I'm talking about specifically Batuk Bhairav Yantra. Then you can offer the same petals or a lot of rice. And if you can mix that rice with turmeric, then you can also offer the rice mixed with turmeric onto the yantra or in front of the photo that you have. So with each name, you can just offer that. Or if you're just reading the whole stotra, just keep offering that as you're reading the stotra. Now that Ashtotar Shatnam is a very, very powerful stotra. The more you do it, the better it is for you. And then once everything is done, before you start the Ashtotar Shatnam, the basic preliminaries always make sure you offer your prayers to your Guruji. If you have a Guru, if not, you offer your prayers to Shiva as Guru. Offer your praise to Ganesha, offer your praise to Hanuman, offer your prayers to your Kuldevi, offer your prayers to Ma Kali, any Ishta Devi that you have, right? If you have any Ishta Devi, great. If you don't have any Ishta Devi, just offer to Guru Ganesh, Hanuman, and then just go on with this Batuk Bhairav Ashtotar Shatnam. After all that, after all your rounds are done, whether you have done 11, whether you have done 108, offer the Naivedyam, which I already explained before. Now, what you're going to do after the puja is done, after the Naivedyam is done, make sure you offer your Shama Pratna, which is you're really asking for forgiveness. Oh, Batuk Bhairav Ji, if I have made any errors in my sadhana today, please forgive me. And you will also offer a Samarpan. You will also offer everything back to him. Samarpan is something that you offer something back. So, hey Batuk Bhairav, everything that I did today, I offer it back at your holy feet. That's all you need to pray on the day of Jayanti. Once everything is done, the bhog that you have offered to Lord Bhairav here, you can distribute, you can consume it, you can distribute among your family members. There is no such thing that you need to throw it away or you need to discard in some river or you need to put it out for some dog. That's a different thing. I'll get into it shortly. But for this one, it is a very simple form of Batuk Bhairav. It is just a prasad right now. Prasad is something that it can be consumed by everyone. This is not some kind of a bali that we are offering to Lord Bhairav here. It is just a very, very basic prasad, a very simple thing that we have offered to a child. Everyone should be able to consume it at home. Next one was the dog one, because dog is the Vahan. He's the Vahan of Lord Bhairav. You will offer something on this day. It could be a roti, it could be some kind of a sweet. Make sure something that is nutritious and healthy for the dog as well. And offer it to a dog. It can be a black dog. A lot of people do give preference to black dog on the day of, especially Kal Bhairav Jayanti. I don't have any such preference. Any dog, if you can find them, offer something to the dog. So these are the basic things. Again, there is also a Dhyan Mantra. If you are interested, I will put it in the description box. Just read that Dhyan Mantra after you have taken the Sankalp. You can read the Dhyan Mantra of Batuk Bhairav and just visualize Batuk Bhairav as somebody just following the Dhyan Mantra. He's a small child and he is very crystal clear. His face is very beautiful. His face is full of luminosity. His body is fully decked with jewelries, jewels, and nupur bells. And he's a very small, gentle, very cute little boy. So as you're saying the Dhyan Mantra, and I'll put it in the description box, make sure you're also visualizing this form of Batuk Bhairav as you're speaking the mantras. So after the Sankalp, you can do that Dhyan Mantra. After the Dhyan Mantra, you can start your Ashtotar Shatanam part, the 108 names of Batuk Bhairav, which comes from the Rudrayamal Tantra. Now, what are some of the benefits that comes out of this Ashtotar Shatanam? Again, here Shiva himself says this to Parvati, that just by reciting the Ashtotar Shatanam part, one can be completely free of diseases or any enemies or any negative influences that you have in your life. So any kind of calamity, any kind of danger, like I said, he's apatti uddharanay, any kind of problems that is causing distress in your life, doing this Ashtotar Shatanam, you will definitely find results. You will find positive results. In fact, I would say you will find instantaneously positive results by doing Batuk Bhairav Jayanti. So I hope this Jayanti is very special, very sadhanatmak Jayanti, and hopefully Batuk Bhairav, he pours his grace and blessings on all his devotees. Jai Gurudev.